stops as well. Our final destination for today will be Crescent City, California. I just pulled over to make some breakfast. I think that's a pretty top-notch view. The dogs and I have made an impromptu stop at somewhere called the Devil's Churn. So the waves come in here, and then they hit this tiny crack and churn around in there. Waves are pretty calm today. I keep hitting these with calm waves. Let's see if this is a good one. Yeah, a little splash there at the end. It's a pretty neat little stop. We've got little paved switchbacks going down to a tiny boardwalk and then out to this little point. And then we have another overlook of the Devil's Churn. Oh, you can't see as much from here, just the open, wider part of it. First, we're gonna look off the point here, and it looks like another little trail goes that way for further look, and there's another viewpoint looking right up the Devil's Churn. I'm gonna look up the Devil's Churn. We're almost to the lookout, and I saw this really odd tree. It's kind of cool looking. I don't know what it is. Nothing I'm familiar with. This isn't a regularly scheduled walk, so if this curves all the way down to the cove or something, I don't think we're gonna go. Oh, there's some good waves now that I'm not looking at the churn. Wow. Beautiful. Yeah, this looks like it goes to this cove. And I definitely want to see all of the things I have figured out to see today. So we're gonna go back and look at the churn from the lower viewpoint. You can really see which way the wind blows by these trees. All twisted in one direction. There we go. It wasn't just an overlook, it is a little trail going down there. I'm not sure for how far we can get, but it's pretty cool. I don't think the dogs are gonna like it. I don't think we're gonna go down there on the slippery rocks. Yeah, this is in the shade and the rocks are all covered with ice, so I'm going to just skip this icy rock walk. We're about to go on a short hike. We are at the Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area, and we are going to be taking the Oregon Dunes Loop Trail. We aren't going to take the whole thing. I think it's only like 4.1 miles, but we have a couple other stops to make, and I'm meeting up with a friend at the end of the day, so I want to make sure I can fit all of these cool things in. So we're just going to kind of take the shortest route through the dunes to the beach and then back, and it should be a good break for the dogs too. I think they're sick of being in the car. Okay, I am here, and I'm going to take this little trail this way and hang a right and go right out through the dunes to the beach, check out the beach, and then head right back. There is a bathroom here. It's kind of tucked down below the hill, so I actually didn't think there was one. And then they also have this really cool overlook right here by the parking lot. There have been a few picnics table sites along this part of the trail as well, which is pretty nice. If you want to come just have a picnic here. It's very peaceful. There was only one other car in the lot when I got here. It is a Monday. Still winding our way down the side of this hill. Cool. I've been seeing these dunes as I drove for the last like half hour or so, off and on. And they just look so cool. Some come right down to the highway. Wow. This is really neat. Maybe I should have brought my sunglasses. Wow, the sound of the wind over the dunes. It's just so incredibly peaceful here. And then you can just in the distance hear the waves. And then there's that crazy thing. And that one. I just let him off for a minute. There's nobody here, so I thought I could take a minute and run. So the beach is in a half a mile. There's a return loop, and it's a 3-mile loop if you go that way. And it hooks into another trail as well, Taconich Creek. And we are just gonna go straight ahead for half a mile to the beach and then turn her around. This is really neat. Ooh, there's some water over there. I'm gonna go check it out. Yeah, a little low area that's just holding water. You can see this one had water previously. Not sure if it's brackish or if it's fresh, but it seems like it'd be pretty brackish right here in these dunes. That's a cool little taste of the dunes, and now we are back into the trees, heading towards the beach. The path is still sand, and this thick sand definitely burns more calories than a hard-packed path does, especially going through that dunes area. I think I have a ton of sand in my shoe because it's so fine. It got right in through the cracks. You're so cute. We are still going through this tangle of dark forest with these little swampy areas on the side. I think I see light at the end of the tunnel. We're super close to the beach, and now we're back out into some dunes. A lot of these wet areas, and we've come about a mile. So our round trip's gonna be just over 2 miles. What a neat habitat. I bet you there's tons of animals here. We've arrived. .15. And I think we're gonna have it all to ourselves. Looking south. North. Wow, this beach is all ours. There's a jellyfish. Almost back to the car. I can see the overlook, and I can actually make out my car right there. Okay, watch out. You're a good boy. My feet actually feel like they're crammed in here. Look at this. my God. Next shoe. Be warned, there's sand in that sand. The hike was 2.5 miles with a total of 161 feet of elevation gain. And now we're getting back on the road, heading for our next stop. We are at Arch Rock Viewpoint. And I think it's just a tiny walk, maybe a half mile to this viewpoint. And this is iconic Oregon coast. The sign says Arch Rock Viewpoint. A few other little trails going off to different viewpoints. So we'll look at Arch Rock first, then we might pop out to a couple of the others. It's been a long stretch in the car. And you know, I think I'm sunburnt. I didn't expect I would get sunburnt in January. Oh, cool. There it is. This is so beautiful. The rocks along the coast have just been incredibly dramatic. There's been so many where I just couldn't pull over at every pullout, so I just drove on by and thought you could spend years here and not see the whole coast. We're looking north here. Now we're looking south. Well, that was amazing. We've got one more stop, and that will wrap up part 2 of this birthday trip down Oregon coast. That was only a 1/4 mile from the car all the way out and kind of poking around looking at the views. Very beautiful, well worth a stop. All right, last planned stop for the day is Natural Bridges Viewpoint here, and we are in the Samuel H. Boardman State Scenic Corridor. Sorry, I'm looking at the sign because it's so long. Samuel H. Boardman State Scenic Corridor. There's a lot of beautiful viewpoints along here, and I picked these 2 really iconic ones. They were pretty short walks and just good places to get out and look at the scenery. All right, guys, are we going this way? Here is the highest step view, so we're looking basically at another arch. And I'm sorry about the lighting. The lighting is really bad right now. I'm looking directly into the sun. I'm not sure if this trail that I'm on, which looks like a main trail, goes to a better viewpoint or not. There are a couple social trails too, and I don't know if they're kind of approved trails, but this is a cliff area, so you definitely want to be careful if you're wandering around. I've come about a 1/4 mile in. The trail keeps going. And if it is a trail I should follow, I will come back and follow it on my way north. But I think we've just been going away from the natural bridge. So I am going to turn around. We hiked a half mile that we didn't need to hike. The viewpoint is just right off of the parking lot. But still nice to get out in the woods, stretch our legs, and see you on the next segment of our Oregon adventure.